Hi, Gemini. It's Lynn from Tinker Tarot, and I'm here to give you your March 2018 reading. I want to thank you, first of all, for subscribing, liking, and sharing. I really love reading your comments, and I also love hearing about where you're from. So it's kind of cool to know, where you are in the world watching this. Um, I want to mention that March is the sugar moon here in Canada, and that's how we celebrate our first nourishment of the year from the long winter. And that's the maple syrup from the maple trees. We go out into the sugar bush and tap the trees for their sap, which is called sweet water. We turn it into maple syrup. So we have a lot of festivals here for that, Maple Madness and that sort of thing. Also, March marks the beginning of spring, the spring equinox on the 21st, and everything, comes back to life. It's renewed. We get out of the cabin, we start socializing and just feeling more energized, renewed again. The juices are flowing. And last but not least is St. Patrick's Day on March 17th. So I want to say happy St. Patty's Day to all my Irish viewers. Anyway, let's go, Gemini, with your reading, and I hope this message is for you. So what are the messages for Gemini, March 2018? March 2018, Gemini. So I sort of do a past, present, future layout with 5 cards in each line, and I'm using the Gilded Tarot this month. So your first card in your past energy is the Star, and the Star is in this tarot deck is about clearing the murky water. You're able to see clearer now, and you're also willing to open yourself up. You're willing to let go of some of your fears, some of your anxieties, and move forward more confident. And because you're more confident, you can take some of your armor off. She's bearing herself naked here. She has faith, She's opening herself up and presenting herself. Also, there's a time machine in this card. And this time machine means that because you are able to see things clearer now, you're able to see into the past and the future. Something is relating all these three together. These three periods in your life. Okay, so it's like something now that you didn't know before about a situation you've already experienced, okay? And that changes how you feel about it and how you're going to move forward into your future. And here's the Ace of Pentacles. So there's money coming into your life from somewhere. Some people say inheritance, or maybe you've sold a house, or you've done something. Maybe you've gotten a promotion, but there's money coming to you in some form here. And actually, this is your past energy, so it's already probably presented itself. You know about it. You know it's coming anyway. You may not have it yet, but you know it's coming. And here's the Three of Swords, your next card. This is about heartbreak. And in this, it's heartbreaking because this is coming it's more than just one thing coming from more than one direction. And I don't think you expected it really. Like, I think that you thought you were done with this, but there's still something else brewing in the background or something. I think you may have known about one of them, but not the other two. Okay. And the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, it's about moving ahead with your finances now, but moving ahead at a slow pace, at a very deliberate pace. You know exactly where your next step is going to be. You're not just sort of charging ahead. So, you probably have this money coming in, and now you're going to take it, invest it, maybe. You have a plan for it anyway, okay? He also is holding his pentacle here like a shield, like he's protecting himself. Not really defending himself, but he's got it up now, after this, I think. He's got his shield up after this. And I think maybe you might be protecting your finances, watching your money. Yeah, you're protecting your finances. And I think you're thinking about what you're going to do, what your next move's going to be here. But you are ready to move. I think you might start something on your own too. You might have an entrepreneurial pursuit here, because I see the rabbit in the bottom here, and rabbits represent fertility, but in this case, it could be the birth of something new for you, maybe a new project you're thinking about doing on your own, perhaps, because of this. You just think you're going to do an entrepreneurial thing on your own. And your last card in your past energy is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is about anxieties and nightmares, and it's hurting your heart. She's got her hands crossed over her heart here, and it feels like the knives are coming all in from all directions. I don't think that you feel like you know who you can trust. You don't feel like you can trust anyone. And you're not getting sleep, and this is affecting your home and your work and your objective thinking process about working this out, okay? In your present energy, you have Temperance. So you're learning to balance, you're learning to balance the parts of the self, right? You need to get enough sleep, okay? You need to think clearly. You need to take your time in your decisions for yourself, and Temperance is also about, not too much fire, not too much water, not too much temper, not too, it's an even flow of energy. And, when you have business, you need to have that, it's very much a push and pull situation. But this is kind of just like letting things play out, you don't want to put out your fire, but you don't want to be so so full of energy that it's too much. Do you know what I mean? A temperance also represents Sagittarius in the tarot. So you could have a Sagittarius influence around you right now, Gemini, helping you balance out this, work out the stuff in your head, these anxieties, making sense of it, okay? Making sense of it. And here you have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands follows the Two, and the Two is the big decision about which way you're going to go. And here you've decided. You're at the water's edge. You can see the boat you're going to take. It's not ready. The sails are not down. It's kind of like at daybreak. You're there. And so you're making plans. You're making plans to leave. You're making plans to travel, to move. You've made a decision. You know where you're going now. You know where you're going. And I think you know how you're going to get there. You can see your path. All right? You can see your path. You've chosen one of them. And the Seven of Wands is next in your present energy. Now, the Seven of Wands, it's a defensive mode. You're defending your ideas, your experience. You might be feeling like you're being attacked, like people are saying, well, what are your qualifications? And, are you sure this guy's the right guy to do the job? And you feeling like you're having to defend your experience, skills, like what you have to bring to the table, okay? And I also think that you don't want to let all these people in on your idea. You're not ready to release it yet. You don't want anybody seeing it yet. So you're not willing to share this yet. And people want to know. People are curious how you're doing this. So there's a curiosity, and like I said, you're defending this door, which is your I see it as the gateway, the doorway to your plan, your where you're going here, where you're going, okay? And as soon as you start defending yourself, you're going to have to keep on defending yourself. The Lovers. So in the Gilded Tarot, the Lovers is about the couple coming together. And it's a very sexual card in this deck. And it means that you or someone else holds you above all others. He is holding her above. He worships her. He really does. And he's extremely attracted to her, but he also has a bit of a hold on her. See how he's holding her wrist? He's not supporting her back. He's holding her wrist. There's a certain amount of control there. So this is probably a real passionate relationship. I'm seeing a real sexual energy here, okay? I don't know if you guys are a couple or not, but you're coming together or have come together sexually, and they're certainly really, really attracted that way, okay? You know that. Physically, yeah, you guys got it going on. And then you have the Two of Swords, the last card in your present energy. The Two of Swords is about blinding yourself to something you don't want to deal with. So it's right there. You've kind of got these swords down in front of you. It's like it's right there in front of you. But you've got them crossed just enough that, you know, positioned where you don't have to look at it. You've got a blindfold on that's sort of sheer and illuminated. So, like I said, you can still see it, but it's in a way that you don't have to look at it. You don't want to look at this, but it's something that you're going to have to, because the 2 is the 2. It goes to the 10. So the sooner you lift the blindfold, and you know, swords are also about communication. So this is something that you need to talk about. It's kind of a white elephant that's growing in the room, and nobody's discussing it. Everyone knows it's there, and they just kind of walk around it, and it's not going to go anywhere, you know. And you know, because you're not looking at it, it's creating more clouds around it. You know, there's just some clouds here, some clouds here. There's even a break in the clouds, you know, you can see. But it's just not clearing away like it is here. Okay? So, this is your choice. You can look at it anytime you want. You can just in your future, the first card in your future energy is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And this Queen, it could be someone in your life, Gemini, your love interest, perhaps, you know, this woman here, or man, person. But I always like to read it as it's represented. So this is represented as a woman. She is standing at the balcony waiting for her love to return. She knows who she loves, and she also could be with child. She's holding her stomach here. There's something birthing, and first of all, it's her love, because she's realized who it is. She knows. And she's holding her cup, you know. Water signs are the kind of people who, they can wait a long time when they care about someone, you know. They're very patient, and devoted too. So this person, I believe she's already sent out her love messages, and she's waiting for them to come back. Okay. Now here's the Chariot. The Chariot in this deck, you know, you have the opposites, you know, the 2 Sphinx supports here. The wagon has wheels, like they're representing like the horses in the Chariot, and so they're opposites, and the Chariot's not being pulled in opposite directions, but where is it going? You know, it's on the move, but where is it going? You could be moving, but not knowing where you're going yet. You know what I mean? You know you're going, you just don't know where. That's what I kind of see this as. And I don't think you're that worried about it yet. Okay? About 7 weeks, maybe 2 months, couple of months, you might be going. Yeah, I think you're on your move. You just don't know where, but you're not that worried about it. You'll, you trust where life has taken you, kind of thing, you know. But again, you chose back here which direction you're going to go, and I think this one's about moving. You're moving your home. I think you're moving your home. I really think that's what it is. You're moving to a new home, new apartment, something like that. You're changing addresses. That's what I get the feeling about. You just don't know where yet. You haven't found your new place. And here's the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is fire energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And this woman, you have this chariot in between these two women. She is more energetic. She's more about ideas and enthusiasm and fun, and she's probably an entrepreneur as well. This could be why you have this energy around her, have this energy. You're representing this energy because you have this kind of creative wheels turning. I wanted to say creative ball spinning, I guess. It's like a fireball, right? Like a fireball. But, I see these two queens around this chariot. I'm wondering if you have like these two choices. And believe me, these two women, these two energies are completely opposite. We have fire and water, just like we did in the Temperance card, eh? And the chariot is about balance because it's like doing two things at the exact same time, going in two directions at the exact same time. And you got these two women that they're opposites at the exact same time in your life. And whether these are energies, fire and water energies in your life, or two women, and it could be two choices of where you're going to go and live. Like maybe they're not necessarily two lovers. One could be your aunt's place or your something like that, a friend, and the other could be a love choice, but you just don't know if you're ready to go to that level with them a lot yet. Like, you're at this physical level, you guys are making out and it's hot and heavy, but you're not sure if you're ready to move in, but you do have that option. It could be something like that, or it could be two women. And and the other opposite way is this woman's looking out toward the sea. This woman is looking in toward her, where she is and what she's going to do with where she is. She's looking at where she could go, when's her lover returning, like what's going on that isn't here. And she's going on what's going on that is here. She's very present right where she is. The Queen of Wands. The Nine of Cups. I'm so happy for you, Gemini. What a nice card. So, this is wish granted, celebration, drinks all around, perhaps an engagement when you pick which energy you want to float towards. And you're really happy with your choice. You're really happy. And this, I think, that is the best choice. You made the best choice. You are making the best choice. And you are celebrating. Like, this is wish come true. The other thing, too, I wanted to say about the not necessarily opposites, but qualities in these two women is she's very emotional and deep, look right into your eyes. And this one is very fiery and passionate. So there's those two energies. If that helps you figure out who this is in your life, I'm sure you'll have no doubt of knowing who it is. And your last card is the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is the 10. It shows you at the end of this very hard mental anguish you've been through. You've been through some really tough mental anguish. And this shows you at the end of it all these swords. Now, they are pointing down at your back, but they're golden, they're illuminated, it's like if they were all to fall, they'd all fall around you. You are exhausted from this anguish and everything that you've had to go through, even though you're at the end and it is celebration time. And the funny thing is sometimes after the celebration is when you're totally drained. Now your cup is empty and you need to refill that cup. And by the cup, I mean the self. I mean, resting and taking care of yourself for a while to start whatever new things, because the 10 is the end. That means their doors are opening. This door is closing, other doors are opening. But do take time to regenerate, because you need to. You're exhausted. The sun is rising. Oh, okay. The sun is rising. So there's a couple of things going on here. Like in your past energy, you have some heartbreak and some anguish, and you're going through some hard times, even though there's money available. And in your present energy, you've made some choices, and now it seems like you have to defend those choices that you made. And you only have to defend them if you want to. Like I said, you start defending, you're going to have to keep on defending. People are going to expect you to explain yourself. Okay? And maybe you don't want to. And also meeting this person who lights your fire. And then in your future outcome, you see that there might be two choices. You're going to move, but you just don't know where yet. And you're contemplating it, but you're taking your sweet time. Kind of weighing the odds, maybe having a hard time deciding, but anyway, your decision is going to be a good one. You're going to be very happy, wish come true. Okay. And just regenerate after all that. Like this is a lot of stuff that's been going on in your life. So take some time to regenerate, because you're just exhausted after it all. You do have enough energy for the celebration. So I hope you have a great month, Gemini. You can find me on Facebook at Tinker Tarot, and I'm developing my website right now, tinkertarot.com. It's still under construction because I'm still working on it. I have a ton of things that I want to add, and yeah, that's it. I'm hoping it's going to be all up and ready to go, and I'm ready for personal readings on March 6th. That's my tentative go date. So anyway, thank you very much, Gemini. Take care.